In this video I'm going to show you a couple of reset cities that are almost completely unoccupied by human beings, ready for the next settlers and the next reset. Let's investigate. Oleg sent me the following video, and I knew about the ghost cities of China, but this was an older video by SBS Dateline from 2011, so I wanted to see whether this is still so, whether we can still find these ghost cities. And I also received this lead from Ionatan about the city of Ashgabat. So let's start with Ashgabat, and it says here, Ashgabat, the city of the living and the city of the dead. This is by varlamov.ru. In this article they say, where are all the people? This question often arises when people see photos of the white marbled capital of Turkmenistan. Indeed, new Ashgabat looks empty. Huge new buildings lined with marble, wide avenues, parks, gardens, fountains are all there, but there are no people in this city. Ashgabat is divided into two parts, Old Town and New Town, City of the Living and the City of the Dead. The great Turkmenbashi founded New Ashgabat in the early 2000s. It was he who decreed that all buildings are to be built with white marble. We shall only build with white marble. In 2013, Ashgabat made a record in the Guinness Book of Records as the city with the largest number of buildings decorated with white marble. By that moment, the total surface area covered with marble in Ashgabat was 4,514 million square meters. What on earth? And the official media says white marble not only makes the buildings look elegant, it also reflects the sunlight, thus cooling down the walls in the summer, while in the winter and in the gloomy weather it lightens your mood. Let's have a look at some more pictures here. So here's another picture, and there are no people around. This looks like a city center. Here is a park, and again no people around. But look at the white marble on all these buildings. We can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 cars, 5 cars maybe, and one person. Again, this is a square with no people whatsoever. I mean, why would you build such a thing? You know, like, it really kind of like reflects what we see in the Tartarian buildings. They are mimicking it, copying it. Here's another square with just like 4 people around. And again, no people on the square. On this one either. Another shot with no people, no people. Look at that. I mean, all of these white marble buildings and no people. This is the underground crossing and it is empty. The few people who are there are crossing above the underground because there are almost no cars basically. Here's another great shot. Look at all those buildings with white marble and no people. So basically the idea here is, I guess, is that they build these cities for the next reset. And it's not only me, but there are several other people, you know, on YouTube, truthers, and I got emails, I got tweets, and I get people telling me in comments that they feel, and we feel that a new reset is coming. We feel it in the air, we see the signs, and look at that city. You build this whole city without people being there, right? Usually a city is being built organically. You add to the city when there are more people coming in and they are just building the house when they are already there and they just want to move in. But not this time. They are making this city ready for some people who are going to come here to live in the near future. So I can't say 100%, but I think this is a reset town. No kids on the playground, empty roads and empty highways. What else could this be than a reset city? This is the city of Ordos from China, and this is an article from the Bohemian blog from 2014. Here's a square without any people, street without much traffic. This is the airport terminal, and look at how many people are there. Again, the airport terminal, no one on the escalators. This is the airport from outside, and we can see that they are still building the city. Seems like no one is around, and lots of building is still going on in 2014. Oh, and interestingly, we have a square with a Genghis Khan statue. And if you remember, Genghis Khan is from Tartaria. He was the starter. He was the main leader of Tartaria, at least according to that family tree. We don't know anything for sure, guys. Many of the things I'm finding Could be true, could be not. You know, like, they are faking everything. I'm trying to do my best to find the best sources and trying to weed out what is not true, but, you know, you never know. Here's another gallery from CNN Style, and this is still Ordos China. No one is around. 1, 2, 3 people. Again, just 2 people. Empty square. And empty roads with empty buildings. Waiting for the next reset. Settlers. Look at that. No one is around, just waiting for the fucking next reset. Buildings waiting to be finished and occupied. I mean, this is just crazy. Houses without any occupants. No one on the streets. Just waiting for the next cataclysm. Whatever it will be. Here's another one from Urban Ghosts. And this one is again from China. It's called the Thames Town. The weird Chinese ghost town with an eerie, quaint English theme. And here is the town. Basically, it's unoccupied and looks like an old English town. I lived in the UK for 6 years and definitely looks very similar. When I walked on those streets, usually it was full of people, and this is very eerie. There are no people whatsoever. Here's another picture. No people anywhere near. Again, empty streets. No one is around. And a big lock on the door. Empty inside as well. Empty streets. And they are still building some of the houses. The good old English phone booth and a church. I mean, this looks very Tartarian, but I think it is a new built church. Yeah, waiting for the next reset basically. Here's another Chinese city called Sky City or Tianducheng. Let's look at some of the pictures here. They built this town as a replica of Paris, and they built their own Eiffel Tower here. Look at that. And you can see a couple of people around, but it's really not very occupied. So there are a few people. Again, you can see it is very much like a French architecture. A few people around. You can see a few people here as well, but really not many. Now here's another interesting one. The city of Kilamba from Angola. I mean, look at that. This is a reset town, ladies and gentlemen. All these buildings built for the new settlers when they arrive after the next cataclysm, ready to be occupied. Look at that. It probably looked like this when the new settlers arrived to Australia, to New Zealand, or to America. You know, like, it was just a different style. But now for the next reset, we have this style. I mean, this is just crazy. No people around, no cars. This is Masdar city from the United Arab Emirates, and they are still building the city, but you can see in the horizon that they already have some of the buildings there, and it looks empty. They built the city before any people are around. Very unusual. It's not how usually cities are built. And here is a poster about Masdar city costing $22 billion, due to be completed in 2014. So basically they want to build this city within 8 years. I mean, give me a break. Building a city in 8 years without any inhabitants, I mean, this is just madness. Home to 50,000 people, 60,000 workers expected to commute daily, 1,500 businesses. And they want this city to be very economical, so they will only allow such electric cars. And here's the car. They call it Personal Rapid Transit. Here's another city from Myanmar called Naypyidaw, and this is a planned city to be a capital of Myanmar. As you can see, no people are around, very little amount of people at the pagoda, the international airport, no one is here, the diplomatic house estate, and obviously the puppets are still meeting there because it's now the capital, but there are not many people around. No one on the highways, no one around in the hotel zone. Jogging trails are empty, memorials are empty, and the highways are empty. If you know more of such reset cities, please let me know and send me an email via my website. Also, if you have any questions, I have an upcoming Q&A on Sunday, 11 AM Pacific time. So guys, that's it for me for today. Let me know in the comments below whether you think these are reset cities or not. My personal opinion is that the reset is coming, or it's already underway, and the only thing we can do against it is that we unite. We need to help one another. We need to drop all the religions, all the social contracts, all the fucking politics. All of it is fake. The only thing that we can do to save this civilization is to unite. Have a good ghost city day. See you in the next one.